A 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the Infatuasian podcast, a show where we aim to illuminate and elevate Asian culture and creators. Today we have a duo of guests. We have Nancy and Felicia. Nancy Jeng is the author of A Very Asian Guide to Taiwanese Food. And Felicia Liang is the artist who put images to Nancy's words and pulled it all together. Good to see you guys again, Nancy and Felicia.
Hi there. Good to see you too.
Hello.
Yeah, we bumped into each other about 3 weeks ago at the book's launch. That was super. That was a great day.
That was an awesome party.
Yeah.
Really fun.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, we were on Waverly. We're recording in October, but the book launch was in September. And you had a packed house. It was like standing room only, and we had pop-up. We had Henry with the apron on, serving up Taiwanese food. Yeah, it was a really good time. Was that a good time for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. They were saying that it was their most well-attended event that they've had, which is awesome. Huge compliment to the organizers, and also, I guess, just a sign that people are really into Taiwanese food. They're showing up strong.
Yeah, and on Waverly, they also carry my art prints via wholesale too. So they've been great to work with. I was super excited when Karen emailed that we were going to do the event there, and then being able to bring Jessica and Henry on to bring food inspired by the book also meant a lot because I've worked with Henry and Jessica before, so it was nice to be able to bring my friends in as part of this event too.
Yeah, I think Henry might even make an appearance in the book. But yeah, super fun. And so, yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to a book launch on Waverly, you definitely should go, everyone out there. Hey, a couple days ago, happy belated Mid-Autumn Festival to you guys.
Yeah, same to you.
Do you have thoughts on mooncakes? What are your thoughts on mooncake?
I love a mooncake. I'm not a big fan of the yolk in the middle, which I know is kind of like the point for a lot of them.
Me too. Like salted egg yolk's not my thing.
I know. I just am not. I like the lotus. I like the red bean paste. But yeah, the egg yolk has never been my jam, even though it's so pretty. So aesthetically, I'm into it.
Yeah. Well, you need to find someone who that's the part they love the most, and then you can divide it up.
I actually was not a very big fan of mooncakes. And I think I actually didn't really eat them growing up because I realized my parents also didn't like them either because they always found them too, maybe they didn't find the right ones, but I think I found them too dense and too sweet for me.
Yeah.
Until my mom gave me some literally last week, and she was like, "Oh, they're too sweet, but these are really good." And they have pineapple filling, so it's like a pineapple cake, but in a mooncake form.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're not supposed to eat very much of them either. You're supposed to eat a sliver.
Like a quarter, right? Because they're quite dense.
Yeah, they're full of calories and sugar and fat. But yeah,
I love all of those things.
I know, but yeah, not in
you don't eat the whole thing in a sitting for sure.
Not in a brick. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. There are so many varieties, like nuts in them. Some of them are now they have mochi ones, those rainbow snow ones. So yeah, the variety.
Yeah, I think bakers are getting really creative with the molds and the color of the outside too.
Yeah. All right, so everyone out there, I know we're coming at you a little late. I think by the time this episode comes out, it'll be well past mid-autumn, but never too late for a mooncake. I think they last about 4 months, so you can enjoy your mooncakes for a while.
Ours lasted about 2 days, so because we ate it immediately.
Okay, that's probably what you're supposed to do. But all right, so we're talking about The Very Asian Guide to Taiwanese Food. I think it's number 7 in the series. And so if you don't know, my audience is very well informed, but the Very Asian Foundation was started, I think, in around 2022. I think the incident is fairly famous now, especially among the Asian community, where on New Year's Day, a news anchor, Michelle Lee, wrapped up the segment talking about holiday food, and she just says something very, very benign, like, "Oh, I had dumpling soup," or something like that. And she said, "That's what my family does," or "That's what a lot of Korean people do." And then someone called into the hotline. I guess the station has like a hotline or something. And they called in, left a voicemail about how inappropriate that was and how she was being very Asian to talk about her New Year's food. Do you guys remember when this incident happened? It's crazy.
Yeah, it went pretty viral, especially like within my social media feeds too. A lot of people were sharing it.
Yeah. And it was just, I don't know. I guess it was someone in the Midwest who was just kind of not ready to hear that. I don't know. But anyway, that kind of launched the saying, oh, that's Very Asian. And so the Very Asian Foundation started and has done some great work, great charity work and all kinds of things. But one of the cool things they did coming out of that was Michelle published a book called The Very Asian Guide to Korean Food, which was kind of like a primer or for anyone who was Korean curious. But also, I'm sure Korean families wanted to share it with their kids, and it was a big hit. And so here we are, 7 or 6 books later, with your book, which comes out, A Very Asian Guide to Taiwanese Food. How did this get started? Do you remember the conversation, or how did you get involved with this?
Yeah, so Karen, who is the publisher of A Very Asian Guide series, as well as a number of different, children's books that kind of represent underrepresented communities and authors. Gloo Books is the name of the company. As you mentioned, they've been working on this series for a while, the Very Asian Guide series. And they had been hearing a lot of demand actually for a Taiwanese food version. And so they were kind of getting ready to um, publish something in that vein. And Karen reached out to me because of a book I had previously published, a cookbook of my mom's recipes called Noms from Mom, that uh, featured my mom's Taiwanese recipes. And she asked if I'd be interested in writing the next in the series. And I said yes, like before I think she even got the question out of her mouth. I was so excited. And because I'm a big fan of the series, I think all of the books are so delightful and beautiful and educational. And I'm just happy to see, more Taiwanese food and culture out in the world. So, Karen and I kind of started that process. And then, I met Felicia at an event and saw her amazing artwork and immediately thought like, hey, this is who we should collaborate with for the book. And next thing you know, we're all working together on this. The rest is history.
Felicia, how long did it take you to say yes?
It was pretty quick. I think I don't remember what Nancy had said because the craft fair was so busy. She's like, I'm working on a book. I don't even know if you said it was like Taiwanese. So you're like, I'm working on a book.
Are you didn't. Available? I probably left out that very important detail.
You're like, I'm working on a book. And then, are you interested? I was like, sure. And then, I mean, I'm very lucky. I do get pitched a lot of book projects actually at craft fairs. But then when I got an email from Karen, I knew I was aware of the Very Asian series as well as what Gloo Books was doing. And so when they're doing with Taiwanese food, I was like, I got to do this. Like my schedule was I was like, I don't know if this is going to work with my schedule, but like this meant a lot to me. So I made it work.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, so Nancy, this is your second book, though. You mentioned your first one. What was Noms for Moms? It was just recipes from your mom for other moms, or did it have other focus to it?
So, my mom is an amazing cook, and she makes a lot of different Taiwanese dishes. And for, most of my adult life, I've been trying to learn and recreate her recipes. And every time I try to cook, some of the dishes that she would make growing up, I mean, it's all in her head, right? So I would call her up and, she would kind of tell me from memory what she made and how, and of course, inevitably leave out a step or an ingredient, or there were never any measurements. And so, part of me making this book was wanting to celebrate her food and also just document it because it was all residing in her brain.
Sure,
and so this is kind of a love letter to her cooking. And also, being able to kind of celebrate it with photography. It's also illustrated. I did the watercolors for it, and it's like 50 of her recipes. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was really a passion project and something that I, really kind of spent years like cultivating, but probably like a year or so really building out the book.
Okay. So I would imagine, like, you might know off the top of your head, but I was looking at the variation guide. It's probably only 20 pages long or so. It's not super long. I would imagine the hardest part, you said you went from 50 recipes. You have to get it down to like maybe 8 or 9 topics, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think a lot of the work was just kind of deciding what to feature in the book. It's
Mhm.
obviously not meant to be like a huge novel. And so there were, a lot of different dishes and things that we couldn't necessarily feature. And then we cheated, right? We definitely have a couple spreads where it's like all the veggies, all the fruits,
Yeah, yeah,
all the like Taiwanese breakfast
yeah,
dishes. So we got away with a lot more, but I think that just speaks to the like abundance of options in Taiwanese cuisine.
yeah. Alright, so Felicia, you jumped in. Was it words first and then you jumped in with the illustrations, or did you collaborate the whole time through?
I think it was words first. So Nancy had the manuscript complete before, I think around the winter holidays, and then
Mhm.
that's when it was handed off to me. Um, and so and I think Nancy did a really good job saying a lot with few words. I think that's what makes
Yeah,
children's books
yeah,
so difficult,
yeah,
is being able
yeah.
to convey a lot of information. So I think she gave me a lot to work with. Because the process, I actually mostly worked with Karen on my part, but Nancy's manuscript was like complete. I'm sure they went through rounds. So
Okay.
it was pretty straightforward for me to work from.
Yeah, okay. Did you have to do some research? Did you have to go out and eat some food, cook some food?
Not so much because I've eaten all of it, but I think the
Okay.
one thing that was different, was well, not different, was I actually the food part was easy, but I'm actually not known for drawing people, and kids' books
Oh,
need people in it. So I had a phase where
yeah.
I had to do some concept art, and I was like, it was kind of an example of I'm qualified to do this work, but I didn't have like a strong portfolio of like portraiture or like people. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm it's a little
Yeah.
bit of a stretch project for me, but I was like, I gotta make this work. So I was like
Yeah.
looking at all these like my research was actually reference photos of like people standing, kids running, all that
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
So I think the food part, I've been illustrating it for a couple years, so I think I knew that part, but kind of putting into a kid's book and adding people into it was kind of the new element for me.
Yeah. No, I mean, it looks great. It's so, you use the word delightful to describe the other books. Yeah, yours is so delightful too. So fun. And the colors just really leap off the page at you, I think. Like, there's no lack of color on any of the
Oh, I know. I was
pages.
like, more the better.
Yeah. 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 No, it's fantastic. All right. So, what do you like? How would you describe the book? Like, I kind of described it. Michelle's book is kind of like a primer, but how would you describe it? How would you describe the Variation series, especially the Variation Guide to Taiwanese Food?
Yeah, I think it's like a visual appetizer into the world of Taiwanese cuisine. It covers a lot of bases. You have like the vegetables and like kind of and fruits and raw ingredients, and appetizers, but also street food and then what you would eat at a family meal and even, things that you would find at a convenience store, which is like really like a slice of life really into that culture. So, you get a glimpse of each of those things and hopefully it gets people excited to try more Taiwanese food, to be curious about it, to, cook it themselves. But it's, just a little tasting of it.
Uh huh.
Yeah, and I think
How about you?
it's a fun book that appeals to actually, I would say, all ages, even though it is marketed as a
Yeah.
kid's book. I think
Yeah.
I've heard stories of people reading it with their kids and them loving it, and then even people my age who don't have kids and they're adults, but they're like, "Oh, I love having it as a coffee table book," all that stuff. So I'm hoping it's a book that is a primer for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think it's both, right? It's a primer if you're not that familiar with Taiwanese food, but it's also one of those nostalgic books. When you look at it, you get hungry. Like I've been to Taiwan a few times, and yeah, just looking at the section on beef noodles, and just some of the scenes just bring you back to those moments. You can almost feel or be back in that moment when you're eating it.
Yeah, Nancy had, even, contextual details in her story, so talking about eating, oyster omelets at a temple. So I made sure to
Mm,
draw a temple in the background to kind of transport people, whether they've been to Taiwan or they haven't been yet, but just, to place them in Taiwan as well. Like, if you're eating an oyster omelet in front of a temple, this is kind of what it would look like.
yeah, yeah. No, I got that for sure. Were you thinking part of it, it's not obvious, but were you guys thinking that part of it would be in Taiwan, but part of it would be in America, like at a Taiwanese place in America? Were you thinking to make it mostly in Taiwan or mostly or partly here too?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, you definitely have some of the origins, temples as kind of a common community gathering place in Taiwan. But also when we talk about things like boba, and how much that's spread all over the world, it's really like more than just, Taiwan itself. It's about kind of how that food has percolated across different geographies and what it means in those contexts.
And I think
Yeah.
when I drew it, I actually did draw part of the book in Taiwan, so that kinda helped, but
Oh yeah.
I think I pulled elements from my travels there, but, I guess when you ask this question, I guess I feel like I was kind of because I, like Nancy, like most, we're, Taiwanese American, kind of straddling 2 identities, and it's I think it could take place anywhere. I
Yeah.
pulled elements from Taiwan, from the night markets, from,
You're
the
right.
veggie markets and all that stuff, but I think it's still I think as a place, I feel like Taiwanese food, appreciation for the culture kind of can take place anywhere.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. All right. Can we take a look at well, I'll look at it. You guys should know what it is, but can we look at some of the pages in detail and you guys give me a little behind the scenes on your thoughts on it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it's broken into about 16 quote unquote very sections, right? There's very flaky, very stinky, very fluffy, very crispy. You're getting the idea. So about
Mhm.
16 of these, and they're all great. But I was thinking maybe I think we got to start with stinky tofu, don't you think? I mean, it's not the first section, but it is kind of the one. If you've ever, I
Iconic.
Mhm.
it's super iconic. It's a little divisive.
Yep.
Where do you guys land on stinky tofu?
Our family is split exactly 50-50 down the
Okay.
middle. So my mom and my sister love it. They will seek it out first thing whenever we go to Taiwan. I'm kind of on the fence. I really wanna love it because it's so iconic
Yeah.
and,
Right.
it's everywhere and it looks cool and I usually will have, a piece or 2, but it's not, really my jam, I would say.
I know.
Yeah.
Me too. I like the pickled cabbage, but,
Okay.
yeah, I grew up not a fan of it. I think my parents are
Mhm.
neutral. My partner loves it, though.
Okay.
So, I'll eat it if it's, deep fried because that helps a little bit, but I think yeah. I feel like with
Yeah.
Nancy, I want to love it, but I'm like, "Ah, it's just not my jam."
I've gotten it as close as maybe up to my face, but I couldn't get it in.
It tastes better than the smell and, the taste are kinda different. When you eat it,
Yeah.
it's fine, but it's the smell I think is the hardest part for me.
That's what everyone
Mhm.
says. So if you don't know what it is, it's a fermented tofu that can be prepared in and you have it here in the book. You have 4 different ways. It could be fried, steamed, stewed, grilled. There's probably more. But you'll know it when you get to the night market. You'll know where the stinky tofu stand is almost immediately. There's going to be a crowd, but you're also going to smell it.
Mhm.
And it smell well, I mean, some people describe it as like the smell of feet. It's
A little bit.
pungent. It's
Yeah.
pungent.
It's a punchy
Definitely.
smell.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so this section is really cute. You got the little grid. You have a little grid going on there. And the word stinky, I think it's the best, because cho tofu or cho, it can mean lots of different things, but I'm glad that they use the word stinky because I think that's just the best.
Yeah, I know, it's
know, right?
funny. Like, it's like stinky tofu. It's like it's so straightforward and in your face with what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the English translation is pretty good on this one. All right, let's scroll through here a little bit. I'm going to save very fluffy for later because we have our Bay Area legend here on this page. But let's go down. Do you have a page that you want to just talk about for a second? Maybe a little behind the scenes action?
I love the spread about the convenience stores and like the tea eggs because it's such a core memory for me. And, the context there is in Taiwan. And this is true, I think, in multiple Asian countries, but like the convenience stores are like such a hub
I know.
of like life. And you're not just getting like snacks and whatever at a convenience store in Taiwan. You're, sometimes paying your taxes, you're purchasing your train tickets, you can like
Yeah.
arrange your laundry service there. There's like so much that you do. It's like where everyone goes, multiple times a day. And when you step into one, like the first thing that hits you is that smell of like tea eggs because it's so like fragrant and it's like, usually bubbling away and been going for like, all day. And
Yeah.
I think it's such a like memory inducing kind of visual and olfactory sense for me. And I think
Yeah.
Felicia did a really great job of kind of capturing like that vibe.
Yeah, because
And
convenience stores in Asia are just so like legendary. They're so like people go
They
and just hang
are.
out there. So I was trying to capture like all the chip bags, all the noodles, and like the datong, the rice cookers with the eggs in them.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
kind of very iconic pieces that are part
Yeah.
of these convenience stores.
No, 100%. When it's 100 degrees, well, maybe not 100, but it's very hot and humid. Everyone, just duck into a convenience store, get a bottle of water. You get the free air conditioning.
Yes.
You're hanging out, you're enjoying it, and yeah, they're everywhere. The only problem is you can't use them as landmarks. I had a friend, and he was coming to visit me, and he wanted directions, and I was like, okay, take a left at the 7-Eleven. But he's like, what's that? There's 100 7-Elevens.
Oh,
What
yeah,
7-Eleven
there's
am
so
I taking a
many.
left at? Yeah, there's so many, but they're great. Yeah, they are great, and I love the tea eggs. What do they cost? What does a tea egg cost? I haven't been to Taiwan in a minute. What does a tea egg cost these days?
oh, it's still really cheap. I mean, it's like less than
Less
a
than $1?
dollar.
I think it's
Yeah.
less than $1
Yeah,
still.
that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, go in, get some air conditioning, grab a tea egg, grab a glass of water, maybe a bottle of Pocari Sweat or something.
Yeah.
And,
Or
just
super supao.
soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many cool options. Yeah, all right. I love this section. Felicia, you have a page you want to talk about for a sec?
Oh, there's so many. I think my two favorite spreads were drawing Taiwanese breakfast because it is my favorite
Uh-huh.
meal. So I was like, I love to draw trays of my favorite food items.
Yeah.
Um, and then the other one I really enjoyed was doing the fruit one. It's like very
Uh,
tropical. Um,
yeah.
Nancy had like, I saw the manuscript had like a list of like 8 or 10 bullet points. I was like, what? But then I was like, oh, I was like, no,
Sorry
no,
about
no,
that.
no, 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 no. I was like, boom, I gotta draw all of these.
Yeah.
So I think this was one of my favorite foods eating as a kid because we usually went in the
Yeah.
summer. So it was fruit was something I really loved, and I loved all the colors and a lot of fruits you can't get here in the US, or it's like
Mhm.
way too expensive or not as good here in the
Yeah.
US. So I
Yeah.
think I had a lot of fun drawing that because I was able to make it very maximalist and then also but still reminiscent of just like walking through like those farmers markets in Taiwan.
Yeah. Now that is the best. On a hot day, you grab just a bag of lychee, just sit there and eat them all.
Yeah, or like a bag of like cut pineapple
Oh
is really
yeah.
good. Or I love wax apples too. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, and I'm just scrolling through here and the colors. Felicia, the colors.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, you used the whole palette. You held back nothing here.
Yeah.
This page I'm looking at right now on the Jeonju Naicha.
Mm.
Man. Yeah, I mean, and maybe people don't even realize that it has its roots in Taiwan. This might be a little moment for you to kind of put it out there to the world, like, hey, hey, this is a Taiwan thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that. They just
Mhm.
know, they just have seen it in culture. They don't realize like that this massive trend is coming from this tiny little
Yep.
country.
Yeah, yeah. I remember. So I went to Asia in the '90s, and I remember I was actually in Hong Kong, but I had my first milk tea in Hong Kong in like '92. So I'm super old, but in '92, and I remember thinking, this is amazing. Someone should bring this to America. And then I got back to America, and there was nothing. And then, like, maybe a year or two later, someone brought it and it blew up and it was going crazy. And I realized maybe I should have been the one to bring it to America. I don't know why I didn't. I should have hired the guy on the spot and said, hey, you want a ticket to San Francisco and we'll put up a little shop together. But yeah, now they're everywhere. It's hard to find a city. I went to college up at UC Davis, and there wasn't anything when I went there, but then now I think there's like 4 or 5 boba shops in Davis.
Yeah, I think 'cause we always had to go, like, to the South Bay or, like, near, like, a 99 Ranch, growing
Right,
up to
right.
get boba tea, but now it's everywhere. Like, I went to Berkeley, and I
Oh,
don't think there was a bubble tea shop near campus, and now there's, like,
yeah.
10 of them.
Next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Yeah. Maybe the Jeonju is too hard to say, and then the boba kind of took over from Hong Kong. And so people think of it as a Chinese thing or a Hong Kong thing and not a Taiwanese thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
because they
know.
were also more common in, like, Chinatowns too, so maybe I can see where
Yeah.
people. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I had fun drawing this, even though I did admit at the book lunch, I'm not a big fan of milk tea. I don't go out it's weird, I
Uh-oh.
don't go out of my way to get it, but I
Yeah.
think I still had a lot of fun because it still brings a lot of memory. I was trying to make, like, a boba land, like Candy Land, and, like, little
Yeah,
kids running
So
around,
good.
all these, like, giant boba drinks.
I
for
love it.
sure.
I'm a huge fan of milk tea, and I would
Uh-huh.
love to live in Boba Land. It
Oh,
looks
man.
delightful.
Well, yeah, it's probably not something you should drink every day based on the sugar and the calories. But yeah, there's nothing like it. It just took the world by storm. So I'm glad you have this here in the middle of the book. One of my favorite pages, just because I love the food so much, is the beef noodle page. Now we're all Bay Area here. Do you have a place to get a good beef noodle in the Bay Area? I haven't found one yet, to be honest.
Oh, there's a place my family used to go to a lot that closed, unfortunately, but it was in Cupertino, and, I think there's, like, maybe some others that have popped up in its stead,
Mm-hmm.
all in that area, but yeah, it's kind of hard to find, um, because it's, like, there's such a craft to it, and I think,
Yeah.
like, it's easy to kind of do poorly. And so maybe most don't even attempt. But my hot take is like this is, like ramen's had its moment. I think pho became
Uh,
I feel like this is the next
Yes,
thing, right? Like
yes.
this is definitely like when people actually try it, it's pretty universally loved, right?
Mhm.
Like if you have a
yeah.
good one, like and you're a fan of any sort of noodle soup, like you can't not love this. And I think there's a lot of like um appetite for, like, spicy foods too that have been on the up and up, and this is definitely
Yeah.
in that camp, it's usually associated with, like, some spice. So, you heard it here first. This is the next big noodle soup.
Yeah, I think it's hard to get the
Yeah.
broth right, and
Mm-hmm.
then the meat is, like, tender. Because I don't
Yeah.
know if I have a reco for, like, a Bay Area spot. I mean, I always say it's my mom's. My mom's is
Uh-huh.
actually really, really good, so I'm very lucky I can just get it for free.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have a few recipes at the end of the book. Not nearly 50, but you have a few. Are these from your other book as well, Nancy?
Yeah, a couple of them are my Nai scallion pancake recipe, that's also in the other book, and yeah, unfortunately, no beef noodle soup recipe in this one. I have it in the other book. It's actually my dad's recipe, and I think it's like 5 pages.
I was gonna say it would take a couple spreads.
Like there's one spread just for listing the ingredients, and then like all the steps, and you do have to braise the meat for a while. Like that broth, it like takes patience. It's definitely like a multi-day kind of dish to make.
Yeah. No, I like a good challenge. I'll take a look. See if I can pull it off. But yeah, it's funny. Like certain things in are contextual, right? Like there's certain things that just don't taste the same here, and they taste so much better in the context of the country that you're in. So yeah, if you can't get to Taiwan, some of the stuff won't quite taste the same, but we'll try. We'll try our best. All right. Yeah, there's so many classics in here. I'm looking at Very Creamy, which talks about the snow ice. I'm looking at Very Buttery, which are the iconic pineapple cakes. Oh, man. Yeah, the first time you try any of these things, it's pretty mind-blowing. It's pretty mind-blowing. Oh, we didn't even talk about Henry. So if you don't know, Henry Xu is a Bay Area chef. Does he have a permanent restaurant? I know he does pop-ups.
I think he's mobile.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you can follow him on Instagram to find out where he's going to pop up next. But yeah, how did you meet Henry, and how did he end up in the book?
I met Henry through Kate, who was behind Dumpling Club in San Francisco, and I met him and also Jessica as well, but I met him through her, and then I think we connected that he's Taiwanese, and he's also Hakkanese, and my parents are also both Hakka. So I think we connected on that front, and then I think we connected there, and then I've seen him pop up at different events. We'll both been at the Taiwanese American Cultural Festival. Like we kind of run in the same circle, and I'm very lucky to know a lot of food people, both in New York and in the Bay Area. I think they're really fun people to be connected with, and I really admire what they do. So yeah. And then I think when we talked about this book event, I was like, I got to get Henry to do this. And I actually didn't realize that the spread I drew him in, which is very fluffy about guabao, like I didn't connect the fact that he's also known for making guabao, but it wasn't like a conscious. I was like, oh, like I need to put him in a spread. I'll put him in this one. And then it's like fortuitous because he served guabao at our book event. And then I drew that famous like Hakka flower like peony print as his apron. That's this like iconic apron. So I was fun being able to drop him into the book as well.
It was so cool. You have to do a little double take. You're like, wait, it's the same apron. It's the same dude. Wait, what's happening right now?
We have a great picture of him at the event, like basically looking as he does in the book. Like,
I know.
Exactly.
So good.
Yeah, that was perfect. So I think the group is called Pengyo. They have a bunch of different pop-ups. And I think Jessica does the mooncakes, right? So this is her time to shine, I think.
Yeah, she does like a lot of different pastries and cakes, but I think she's also known for those like really pretty mooncakes. She adds like gold shimmer and like color to them too. So yeah, her pastries are beautiful.
All right. So if you're in the Bay Area, keep an eye on their Instagram. Anything new coming up? You got any more book things coming up in the next? Well, this isn't coming out till November, but any more appearances? Any more chance to meet you and maybe get some food too at the same time?
I guess thinking with that timeline, I'll probably be popping up doing like the holiday craft market season.
Okay.
So in November, I'll probably be at West Coast Craft and San Jose Made, so San Francisco and San Jose. And then probably a couple markets in San Francisco in December as well. And then I'm hoping I can get some new products in. It's kind of like the crunch time right now. So I'm working on some new stuff. So hopefully get some of that.
Yeah. And if you go to On Waverly, Felicia's prints are on the wall. So you can go check them out on the wall right next to the register. Nancy, you got more books in the mind? I mean, you have a day job as well, but do you have more books in the works, or what's the plan?
I have so many dreams of books. Yeah. I want to do a follow-up to Noms from Mom because even though there were 50 recipes in the original, there are 50 more already that I want to document and photograph.
Great.
Yeah, so, and then some other ideas as well. But yeah, it's just finding the hours in the day.
Yeah, that's the problem. All right, so everyone out there, you can get a copy of A Very Asian Guide to Taiwanese Food wherever you get books. As you know, we always like to recommend a local shop, so go down to On Waverly. They have a stack of them down there. But wherever you get books, you can find this book. You can also follow A Very Asian Foundation on social media at The Very Asian Foundation. Do you guys have socials to shout out?
Yeah, my handle is Noms from Mom. So rhymes.
And then my handle is at by Felicia Liang, and the by is BY, not BYE.
Uh-huh. Love it. Actually, I just got it. Before you said it out loud, I thought it was just by Felicia, BY Felicia.
Oh, okay. I think some people do a double take, like, wait, what? Okay.
When you said it out loud, I just got it.
Yeah.
All right, great. Go check them out on social media. All right, guess what? You've survived our difficult questions. It is time for our Yao, which stands for Your Asian Opinion. Today's topic is Taiwanese food, so I would like your Asian opinion on the following. Rank these in order. So you can go number 1, number 2, number 3. Green onion pancakes, stinky tofu, any way you like it, or niromian, beef noodle soup. Which would you choose? I know it's contextual, right? You got to find the right weather and whatever, but just on a neutral day, which one are you going for first, second, and third? Let's go with Felicia first.
Beef noodle soup, green onion pancakes, and then stinky tofu.
Oh, I don't know. You might be upsetting some of the Taiwanese listeners out there.
Probably.
But, I know. It's a hard one. All right, Nancy, what do you do?
I think I'd go green onion pancakes first with an egg on it. Then beef noodle soup, then stinky tofu.
Uh-oh, controversial.
I know. The irony that the two of
both of us.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, no, it's fair. I think that's fair. All right, now let's go to the sweet side of things. We'll start with Nancy this time. Same thing, rank these in order. Snow ice, Jeonju naicha, or a pineapple cake?
I think Jeonju naicha for me, number 1. Always love boba. And then, I mean, this is hard. I love all of them. Snow ice, maybe second, because these things are a work of art. If you've seen the ones that they do in Taiwan, I mean, they are like sculptural masterpieces. They have it topped with like pudding and like whole other cakes. Like it's wild.
Oh, yeah.
So just for the aesthetics alone. And then pineapple cake. I mean, God, I can't put that last, but it's a 3-way tie.
That's it. Again, there's different situations, right? Snow ice is such a communal thing. You know, I don't think you go there by yourself. Maybe you do, but I don't think you go by yourself. You get a big pile of them, maybe a couple different flavors, and you share it. But pineapple cakes is like a gift, you know? It's like a housewarming. It's a way to show your love for someone, get them some pineapple cakes. Felicia, same order, different order? What do you think?
Mine is different. I actually put pineapple cakes as number 1.
Okay, fair.
Snow ice as number 2.
Uh-huh.
I actually prefer shaved ice slightly over snow ice.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit different because I think snow ice is like the ribbons. It's a little creamier.
Yeah, a little creamier.
And then I feel terrible saying this because I said stinky tofu last on the last one, but this one's also Jeonju naicha. I will clarify that I do like teas without the milk. I'm okay with boba, but I prefer like is it IU?
The grass jelly.
The grass jelly and IU jelly. So I do prefer that.
Okay.
So I'm not like against this different version. But yeah, I feel like sacrilegious for both these lists. Well, put the most iconic things last.
We won't take away your Taiwanese card just yet, but all right, I don't know how you're gonna I'm pretty sure we can rank this one here. What do you think, in your Asian opinion, is Taiwanese greatest export? Pearl milk tea or computer chips?
I couldn't think this. My partner and I were discussing this yesterday, and I was like, I don't know how to answer this one.
I mean, one is more iconic and one is more financially beneficial.
Exactly right. I would say pearl milk tea. I would give the edge to pearl milk tea over computer chips.
Okay.
I think the soft power that it gives Taiwan.
Right.
But computer chips has put Taiwan, the island, on the map, so.
It's definitely a thing. Yeah. All right. Nancy, any opinion on those two?
I know it's a toss-up. I mean, I think the cultural relevance of pearl milk tea is like unbeatable. But maybe I'll give the slight edge to computer chips. My dad worked in semiconductors, so this
Right.
one's for him. Hi, Dad.
No, everything's fair in this game. All right. So we like to end with our signature question where we ask our guests to pick an infatuation. Infatuation is anyone Asian that you admire. Living or deceased, could be someone you know or someone you admire from afar. So let's start with Nancy this time. Nancy, who is your infatuation?
I would say my Nai, who the book is dedicated to. She passed a few years ago, but was, huge inspiration in my life. A lot of the recipes from my cookbook were from her, then to my mom, and then to me. And her scallion pancake recipe is in the book as well. And she just, even in her later years, she was like this frail little old woman who would be in the kitchen with a cleaver whacking the crap out of out of the cucumbers or whatever she was making, like with this strength that I don't know where it came from. And just I miss her.
Yeah, good pick. Felicia, got an infatuation?
Oh, I had to think about this one because I was like, is this someone I'm into now? But I guess I kind of keep coming back to actually the Chinese artist and activist Ai Weiwei. I think his exhibit at the Brooklyn Museum in 2014 had a really big impact on me. This was before I did art full time. He's a completely different medium, does a lot of sculptures and film and all that stuff. But I think his work really spoke to me. I think being able to make such grand pieces that had such strong social and political commentary, I think left a big impact with me. And I was like, oh, art can do a lot. I know my work's not in that direction, but I think thinking along what he's done, it's kind of like a North Star for me to think about as I kind of build out my work.
Yeah, great pick. I think I saw a documentary on him or something about him. But yeah, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really, really cool. All right. Well, I think that does it for our episode. Everyone out there, go get a copy of A Very Asian Guide to Taiwanese Food. Thank you so much to my guests, Nancy Jeng and Felicia Liang. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It was so fun.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Good to meet you a couple weeks ago, and I think we'll bump into each other again one of these days.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to our book event.
Small.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. That means a lot.
Oh, yeah. No, totally my pleasure. Totally my pleasure. All right, everyone out there, you can write to us at infatuasianpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at infatuasianpodcast. I do this thing with my guests now where I do kind of a closing statement. I say, we hope that you're all happy, healthy, and safe. But instead of the last word safe, I let my guests choose a word. So when I get there, how about Felicia, you say a word, and then Nancy, you say a word. And don't worry, if it's a hesitation, I'll edit it to make it sound smooth, all right? You ready? All right, thank you all so much for listening to us. On behalf of Felicia, Nancy, and myself, we hope that you're all happy, healthy, and...
Goofy?
And...
QQ.
QQ. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.